we're here to talk about cashews.
Yeah.
I've noticed a bit of cashew excitement, a bit of a frisson. Why has it suddenly got a little bit difficult?
Well, a few things have happened really. First of all, TET was earlier. It's early every year, but it was right at the start of February.
The New Year holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which basically took out the whole of February as a month where anything was shipped.
Right. Okay.
So really, there should have been a lot more buying, I suppose, in January to counteract the fact that nothing was going to ship in February.
Okay. So a bit of a hole.
Bit of a hole
Yeah.
in the pipeline. So that was the first sort of issue there. What's also happened is the crop has been late coming in from Vietnam.
Okay.
It's also late shipments from Africa. So we've got nothing shipped in the month of February, or practically nothing, and late crop coming in.
Okay.
So it means that physical stocks in Europe and I guess in the States as well have been very, very tight from February, March, and now into April.
Yeah.
Which is causing a squeeze, and the prices has gone up.
Yeah. Well, we've noticed before all the way through last year, there's a sort of cyclical volume buying from America. And I think we had one of those waves as well. That's after the physical problem.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Last week, yeah.
Last week, yeah.
Significant buying.
And of course, we've had this very traumatic thing, 2-3 years back when the price hit $4.50. A sort of landslide caused by, it started with Ivory Coast, didn't it? And
it was 2011, I think.
Yeah.
Was
so 5 years ago. But I have the feeling that this isn't anything like on the same scale. Shipments may be late, but they're not being defaulted as far as I can see.
Yeah, they are late. I think that there's a lot of talk about maybe the crop is down and all the rest of it, but I think the overall thing is there is still a decent crop, a good crop. It's just late at this stage. I've got the feeling that this might take a bit longer to catch up than we thought. But I think there's a decent crop there, and by the time things start to flow again, it should have calmed down a bit. It also depends on the buyers as well. How they react.
The buyers have to come to the party for the price to go up, and I haven't seen that huge amount of trading. Of course, people making sure the supplies are there for the next month or whatever.
Yeah, hand-to-mouth buying.
Hand-to-mouth buying, but I don't see the same kind of desperate behaviour. There's a lot less into trading than there used to be.
Sure. Yeah.
So containers don't fly around between Holland and Britain and Germany so much as they used to. But it doesn't seem to have that hysteria, though. There are quite a few bull factors in the raw cashew price. We've had this imposition of a duty for imports into India. There's some debate about whether that's just about getting a few more kickbacks or whether that's actually going to have an effect. They're still holding out for higher prices on raw cashew from most of the African origins.
Yeah.
But what's new there, I mean, these...
we have to be a bit careful with... I mean, the disparity, they've been talking about it for a long time between raw seed and kernels. It's a difficult one to understand, but for one, quite often the contracts are renegotiated anyway.
Yeah, that's right. It's debatable what the price of raw cashew is anyway. It's not the price written on the contract, because the contracts get torn up quite often. Yeah,
so but I think going forward, at this stage, a lot of talk about things might get up to $4. However, the last couple of days it seems to calm down a bit.
Right.
And I don't think that that's really going to happen. I think we've got this problem on the near side. Once things start flowing again and materials starting to land, I think things will calm down. Saying that, I don't think we're going to get down to the $3.20s, $3.30s for WW320s.
Yeah.
And I remember reading, I can't remember who it was now, but mentioned that there was a sort of trend where the base price kind of goes up 10, 15 cents every year, and that does seem to be true.
Yeah, I think basically you're just talking about the cost of human labor.
Yeah.
And, the difficulty in getting workers in a lot of places now don't want to do these agricultural jobs, and who can blame them? The historical average, I think, is not always a useful guide.
No.
And I would think that maybe, I'd agree with you if it said 345 to 360 is kind of range that things will move in.
Yeah.
And you can look at that as just as a function of the strong dollar, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not entirely what is it called, a storm in the teacup, but maybe not a crazy price hike either, roller coaster.
No.
I think if we've really seen the damage, destruction, I mean, not that would stop it happening, but I think it's bad for the trade when there's huge roller coaster prices.
Yeah,
People get hurt.
And the good thing about the cashew market is sort of since we had those problems 5 years ago, it has been relatively stable, especially compared to some of the other sort of tree nuts commodities that have been exceptionally volatile this last year, almonds and walnuts.
And you could say that almonds are actually limiting the range of volatility to some extent by sitting there at the bottom and being a big volume nut that everybody can buy, for the mixers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much.
Okay.
Okay.